Good day. Welcome back to my channel. Finding the ideal companion seems to take a lot of effort. Finding a partner you can spend the rest of your life with may seem impossible because relationships involve so many different factors, such as attractiveness, trust, honesty, communication, closeness, and sex life. I'm here to inform you that there is still hope, though. Because it is impossible, choose a wife or a husband is not difficult. It's challenging because we approach it incorrectly. Instead of turning inward and making ourselves whole, first, we go forth to the world and expect to find someone to complete us. Working on your relationship with yourself is the key to having the finest relationships or selecting a life partner. How then, do you pick a life partner? What qualities do you seek in a partner? What qualities should a relationship have? If it does, lean in and pay attention, since it is a clue that it may seem cliché to you. Before selecting the appropriate spouse for marriage or letting the right relationship discover you, there are, in my opinion, things that you need to take care of. What aspects should you take into account while choosing a spouse for life? Give each one your whole attention, and be patient while you go through the process of selecting a lifelong mate. The beginning of the relationship of your dreams is near. 1. Develop self-love. The hardest step is definitely this one, but if you can get beyond it, you'll have plenty of momentum to move on to the other two. The first step in learning to love yourself is to accept both your strengths and your weaknesses. After that, you must accept and love them for who they are. Knowing that every aspect of you has value can help you to practice self-love. Enjoy your strengths and be aware of areas for development. It's all a wonderful synthesis of who you are. But here's the thing. Nobody else will be able to see your magnificence in both your good and negative qualities if you can't. There will always be a subliminal doubt that you emit until you fully accept and own who you are. It kind of acts as an excellent relationship repellent. People will be self-conscious and unwilling to participate in that baggage. 2. Get honest about your dating habits without passing judgment. It's time to take stock of your past. Now that you've grown to appreciate yourself a little bit more, it won't ever be perfect. We're just human. So, be gracious to yourself. Be gentle to yourself in the past. We all have flaws. You are not an outlier. You'll start to see a pattern when you reflect on your earlier committed relationships. You might have seen that you chose individuals that you knew you couldn't trust in order to give yourself a convenient escape if they acted dishonestly. You could have noticed that the folks you gravitated toward didn't have a busy schedule. Perhaps you desired to be the center of their universe or to feel superior to them. 3. Be unashamed. Since it is the final filter, this process is the most enjoyable. You're going to eliminate those who aren't a good fit for you and attract those who are. Some individuals might find it offensive, but if it does, let them go. You can put on the shoes you were meant to walk in all along. Once you've worked to love yourself a little more and acknowledge your past mistakes, you'll radiate confidence and attract admiring individuals who will value every aspect of who you are. Will it initially feel uneasy? Absolutely. However, this place will be more beautiful than anything you've ever seen as you've wandered from person to person. This will serve as your public declaration that you are prepared to face any challengers. 4. Find a person who makes you laugh. Make sure the person you are interested in has a good sense of humor when you are searching for a suitable mate. This is what you should look for when selecting a spouse, without a doubt. At the end of the day, all you want is someone to unwind with. And if that person has a propensity to remain pessimistic, you won't particularly enjoy it. 5. Consider what you've learned. Why did your partnerships fail? How much of those partnerships' failure may be attributed to your behavior or that of your partner? Each relationship has something to teach us. These classes are essential if you want to advance. Once you've gained some experience, try making adjustments. Avoid those who bring up bad memories for you on purpose. Give the aspects of the relationship that are most important to you more consideration. As you did in the past, try not to disregard them now. You won't achieve better achievements in the future by continuing to act the same way you did in the past. Recognize your mistakes and make the necessary changes to your behavior to attract better individuals into your surroundings. 6. Contraries are drawn together. Contrary to popular belief, opposites do attract. When picking a spouse, it's because the qualities you could be looking for in a relationship are already there in the person who attracts you to them. It sort of makes you feel complete. Therefore, be careful to choose someone who is different from you when making the appropriate choice for yourself. There should be a certain amount of surprise and intrigue at the end of the day. 7. Ensure you both have similar values. Even while you might want your ideal mate to be a little different from you, you still need to make sure that you both have similar morals. Sharing values strengthens the basis of your partnership. Simple things like coming to an agreement on the number of children you want or sticking to your budget help to establish an environment where your partnership may flourish. For example, your views on parenting, marriage, spirituality, and other ideas should somewhat align with those of your potential partner in order to prevent long-term disagreement. 8. Never accept less. You could have moments of desperation when trying to find a life companion for yourself. You would want to make adjustments, make concessions, and accept less than what you had originally desired. However, we advise you to hold off. It's because you won't feel fulfilled by settling for less, either in the short or long term. 9. Find a person who is a good human being first. At some point, you could think you have met the right spouse because they show you love, give you gifts, and compliment you. But that isn't all you should be on the lookout for. Love will take a back seat as you both move forward with one another and are exposed to one another for who you truly are on the inside. Therefore, always select a nice person over someone who is merely able to communicate their love more effectively. 10. Verify your ability to communicate. Can you effectively interact with your prospective partner? One of the crucial components of the partnership is communication. It needs to be improved. If you both find it difficult to communicate or listen to each other, or you can think about making a different decision, the continuation of the partnership depends on effective communication. This is one of the largest relationship problem solvers in the long run. 11. Be open to dating. The mere fact that you've experienced heartbreak in the past should not compel you to give up hope. Get over your fears, get out there, and be open to meeting people if you want to pick the right guy or girl. But how can courtship and dating aid in making a lifelong commitment? This will broaden your perspective and enable you to pinpoint the qualities that a potential spouse must possess. This implies that in addition to teaching yourself to not take rejection so personally, you also learn a lot about yourself. 12. Avoid making snap judgments. Just because you're looking for a life mate doesn't mean you have to decide right away when you meet someone suitable. Keep in mind that not all that glitters is gold. There are various levels to each person. So, before going any farther in the relationship, take your time to get to know the other person. 13. Keep your distance from the negative. You must make room in your life for both of those phases if you want them to become genuine. Keep your distance from those who are toxic and could skew your judgment. By meditating or taking up an old activity, you can carve out time for yourself. Make every effort to allow yourself the mental room you need to step back and accept who you are. 14. Invest a lot of time in one another. Spending more time with your potential companion will help you better understand them. Therefore, do not shy away from meeting them while you make your marriage selection. Meet up at various times and locations, such as brunches, dinner dates, adventure parks, and movie parks. Meet them frequently to get to know all of their nuances. 15. Be optimistic. Do not judge yourself adversely because you are still looking for love, even when everyone around you is married. Your conversations will become more negative as you become more negative, which is not very attractive. 16. Pick a person who values you. Living with someone who disrespects you, your personality, or minimizes your aspirations in life is challenging. Make sure to pick a life partner who will respect all facets of your life when making this decision. One of the essential qualities to look for in a life relationship is mutual respect. 17. Pick a trustworthy life partner. A relationship will undoubtedly fail if it is not rooted on a culture of openness and trust. Selecting a life partner who values open and sincere communication is crucial if you want to create a culture of honesty and trust in your relationship. 18. Consider a life partner that supports your life plan. A partner who is committed to a long-term relationship with you will genuinely support your aspirations and life objectives. Your future spouse should be encouraging of your goals to improve professionally or follow a noble path. 19. Can deal with your family. The ability of a potential life partner to work with your family should be one of your selection criteria. Your family will always be one of your most important sources of support. They are able to determine whether a potential life mate is good or bad for you. You may be choosing a life mate who is not appropriate for you if they cannot handle your family members. 20. Determine your partner's level of intelligence. Think of someone who has your traits. If you are a high achiever and an aggressive dreamer, a laid-back partner could generate issues in your relationship. You two must almost have the same perspectives and lines of reasoning. Similar intellectual prowess should be prioritized among all other criteria when picking a life partner. 21. Develop strong friendships first. As you get ready for a relationship, a perspective is a benefit of having a network of genuine pals. Strong relationships provide as a foundation for what true love should be. They show that love should be solely based on choice, not on any requirement. 22. Anger control abilities. A relationship consists of two individuals with different personalities. You might occasionally get into unpleasant arguments where the level of hostility is high. You might make disparaging remarks about one another. A lot can be learned about future reactions by how your potential life partner responds to rage. When you get married, things may spiral out of control if your future spouse struggles to control their rage. Some essential traits of a good marital partner include the capacity to control or manage one's anger. 23. The capacity to forget and forgive. Your partner's capacity for forgiveness and forgetting is closely tied to their capacity for anger management. There are other aspects of love besides sex, kissing, and other intimate activities. Arguments are assumed to happen in some way. Be careful to choose a spouse who does not frequently bring up old arguments. 24. Willingness to put effort into the relationship. A relationship involves both parties. The partnership must be mutually committed for it to succeed. Select a person who makes time for you and shows regard for your needs when looking for the appropriate spouse. In conclusion, if you're wondering how to pick the ideal life partner for marriage, you must consider both your heart and your head. These advice is priceless when choosing a mate, so if you're looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right, you'd be wise to try them out. They are out there, but unless you start loving yourself and displaying that to the people around you, they won't find their way to you. I hope I was able to help you in the matters of the heart, and wish you good fortune and success. Thank you for watching and see you on my next video.